Well, hello and welcome to another episode of A Little Bit of Positive Balance with Therapy Ted and me. So I hope you're well. I hope that you are staying safe and you're enjoying the sunshine, which we've still got, although I think it's a little bit cooler today. And what have you been doing? Obviously, some of you will be still working and out there doing all those essential things that's making the rest of our lives so much easier. But for me, I've been making a lot of scrub bags. They've gone to the miler, and because one of our neighbours is a nurse, so she's taken those for the nurses. But I've just started a prototype of making some masks just for my family, and they're quite pretty. I'll sort of show you. So not bad, is it? You can't get elastic. But interestingly, for those of you who are interested in making masks and can't get elastic, if you cut a piece of t-shirt fabric, so if you've got an old t-shirt, cut it into a strip about that wide and then you stretch it and it becomes a little stretchy band. So there you go. And it's colour coordinated as well, which is quite nice. So I tell you what, wearing these, while it isn't going to protect you from catching the virus, I must be very clear about this, these masks are only to protect other people from you breathing on them or sneezing or coughing, and the moisture that comes out from that, you're preventing them from taking that in, just in case you had a virus. But it's going to save us a lot of money on lipstick, ladies, isn't it? Because you can't wear one, so there's much point, is there, if you're wearing one of these? For me, what I will be doing when I'm out, I'll be putting either a drop of tea tree oil on the base of the mask, so or possibly one of the other antiviral, antibacterial oils, which will just mean that that's what I'll be breathing in. Obviously, if you are not used to using oils, you need to be very careful. Only one drop. You put any more than that on this so close to your face, and you will be coughing and spluttering, and it will be nothing to do with the virus. Less is definitely more when it comes to essential oils. Right, okay. Now today we've been instructed to actually put the balance in place because I've got quite a lot to show you today and to talk to you about today. This is on the back of the fact that I've just had a 4-day international kinesiology conference, sold out at 500 members, 35 countries taking part, so about 24 speakers. Absolutely brilliant, but it's reminded me of a couple of things and certainly some things that I can teach you. So that will be going on over the next sort of series of videos. The conference was all about COVID-19 and what we can do to help. So today we'll do the balance first and get that running, get Therapy Ted working, and then I'll show you a couple of simple ways that you can boost your immune system to keep yourself as safe as possible when you are out and about. So the first, we have a quantum kinesiology balance, we have COSBATs, and we're going to be on the solar plexus chakra, which is to do with your immune system, but it's also to do with your self-esteem, as I've mentioned before. So we've got several things on the body. So the first thing we've got is the colour yellow. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to edit that in, as I now have a little bit of editing software, so hopefully it'll look all right. And yellow is about purifying the body. So have a really good look at that colour. It assists with purification. It helps to treat diabetes and cleans the intestines and bowels. It can ease arthritis and release toxicity. It can also help with the skin if you've got skin that's sort of congested. So it's about really cleaning out. It can also help you think more clearly. So if you actually smell lemon, and in actual fact we've got lemon as an essential oil as well. So sadly you can't smell this, but it's lovely. But if you've got a lemon in the kitchen, sort of pause this video, go and grab your lemon and give it a good sniff. Or if you've got one of those little Jif things in the fridge for, you know, a lot of us have got one of those for pancake day, then give a bit of sniff of that. So we've got yellow on the body, we've got lemon essential oil, and we've also got the back flower remedy crabapple. Now, crabapple is for people who feel the need to be super clean, or they're very worried about bacteria, they're very worried about germs, they're very worried about catching things, more so than is really healthy. So crabapple is about calming that down, so you know that you're clean, you know that you're fine, rather than being over worried about this. This is a great remedy for some children who maybe have been a bit, a bit sort of germ phobic, if you like. I mean, obviously you want to make sure that everybody is normal clean, but not too squeaky clean. We do need a few bacteria to improve our immune system, especially when we're little kids. So, so those are the things that are going to be on therapy TED. We then go into our harmonics, and the first one is chemical poisoning. Now, this is an original trigger, and it also includes body chemicals. Now, most of our body chemicals they're all meant to be there, but sometimes our body can overproduce, and that can create a problem, or sometimes it's creating the right amount, but the body, for whatever reason, is seeing that as a problem. Anybody who has sort of allergies and stuff, they're getting a heightened reaction to the inflammation in the body from pollens or whatever it is. So this will help calm that down. Then we've got a survival mechanism of shock. We've got an inherited epigenome suppression under cells, genetics, and DNA. For those of you who don't remember what I've said about epigenetics, this is stuff that you've inherited from parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, back. And it's when they've had exposure to what's called an environmental toxin. Now, this can be something that we would consider to be a toxin, as in, a chemical or bacteria or something like that. But it can also be an extreme event which has led to a body flood of chemicals and a lot of stress, and the body remembers that, and it gets sort of overlaid on top of your genetic code. So you kind of inherit that from your parents. Now, they suppress some of your genetic code, and what we're doing here is that we don't want that to happen in this particular, whatever's being suppressed, we don't want that. So this is going to be releasing that from the body. The last one we have is reduce inflammatory chemicals. So all of those are in place. We'll put everything on the body. So Therapy TED has all of those. We'll sit there. Excellent. Great. Okay. So just a couple of other things, which was that the lemon is also, it increases inner joy and optimism on a sort of spiritual level. So it's really good at also supporting the liver. And at the moment, if we're feeling very stressed, or if the body's having to fight anything off, the liver is working really hard. So it's really good to help support the liver, and that's what the lemon does. It's one of the reasons why I have a hot water and lemon first thing in the morning. Just kind of wakes the body up and starts everything moving. So, so that's what I wanted to tell you about that. Now, the other thing, what I want to show you today, so just settle yourself back. So the body's working. What I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you a technique called Thymus tap. I'm going to show you the single Thymus tap and then the triple. Okay. Now the Thymus tap is a kinesiology technique which boosts the immune system. Your thymus gland is sort of here in your chest, and it's quite large in children. And as we age, it tends to shrink. In fact, in the olden days, they actually used to think that it was enlarged in children because there was a problem. And so they actually irradiated a lot of children, which didn't do them any good, because sadly, a lot of them didn't survive because it severely compromised their immune system. So what they now think is that the thymus and the immune system in children is extremely strong, but as we age, it starts to deteriorate because we have an onslaught of various different things, and so it starts to struggle. So, and as fast as it ages tends to be how much we age. So there's various other reasons about why we age, but this is one of them. So if you're not aging particularly well, or maybe you don't think that you are, then maybe your thymus needs a little bit of help to regenerate it a little bit. So the thymus actually is the gland that releases part of your immune system. Too technical here, but it helps release particles that is part of your immune system that helps your body deal with what's going on in it, whether it's got invasions or whatever's going on, and inflammation. And I want just to say a little bit about inflammation as well, because if you've got inflammation in the body past the initial reaction, so when you cut yourself or something, you'll get a little inflammation there, which is completely normal. But if that doesn't go away fairly quickly, then you've got a problem, because the body should have taken that back down, and you should then be inflammation free. And for people who end up with conditions like arthritis or diabetes or any kind of autoimmune disease, for some reason there's too much inflammation in the body. There's, generally speaking, if we can get inflammation down in the body, virtually everything that we have, all of our illnesses and conditions, will improve. Might not get rid of them completely, although in some cases you may get rid of them completely if you can get your inflammation markers down in the body. So your thymus tap, really straightforward. All you've got to do is put your fingers like that and then just tap away on your thymus gland. So it's on the kind of on the breastbone here, on the sternum. Now some people just tap like that, and other schools of kinesiology teach a triple tap, which is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So waltz timing, 1 2 3 1 2 3. So, and you do that to tolerance. We're not trying to get through to your back. So if it's sore, then obviously ease off a little bit. So I'm just going to give you a minute, just a few seconds, just to do that without me talking. And you do that for about a minute, okay? And then just sort of see if you can feel anything going on in this area. You may feel a bit of a tingling, a bit of fizzing kind of going on as you've kind of woken that up a little bit. Now, if you want to do the more extended thymus tap, which they call the triple tap, you actually start here. So underneath the collarbone here, there's like a couple of little dips. It's, for those of you who know meridians, this is the end of the kidney meridian, kidney 27. You just drag this down a little bit. Get out of the way. There we go. So it's basically go down your collarbone, and where it goes into that V, just before that, just drop into two little dips, just either side here. And what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing. You don't have to have all your fingers together if you want. You just need to just tap here. And then you would move on to this one. And then this one might be a bit more difficult for me to show you. You actually go under here, under your boobs basically, and do the same thing. If you're not sure exactly where, just kind of go across under your boobs like that. Okay. And again, you can spend about a minute on each, and make sure that you're breathing quite deeply while you're actually doing that. And you can focus on the fact that you are releasing fear. Okay, you're releasing feeling threatened. Louise Hay actually says that the thymus is to do with feeling threatened outside and in. So I think at the moment that's quite a good thing for us to be working on. And if you wanted to actually put a positive affirmation and you wanted to use Louise Hay's affirmation, then it would be, my loving thoughts keep my immune system strong. I am safe inside and out. I hear myself with love. So my loving thoughts keep my immune system strong. I am safe inside and out. And remember, we've talked about this in the past, that if your subconscious starts getting really concerned that we are not safe, then that is when the body kind of panic starts to rise, and that then creates inflammation in the body. That then puts another load on. That is then going to create more problems. So if we can keep our mind thinking we're safe, if we can keep our thymus feeling really supported, and we can use that affirmation and we can use the tapping. For me, I'm going to be doing that tapping before I go out, just to kind of remind the thymus that I'm going outside. It needs to be working well, but also to tell my body that we're safe. Okay, I am safe inside and out. Now that could be inside my house and outside my house, but it could also be inside my body and outside my body. Okay, so let's just go back to that again, and this time let's do those 3 tapping while we think I am safe inside and out. Okay, so start up here. I am safe inside and out. 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 Now under the boobs, I am safe inside and out. I am safe inside and out. Okay, Therapy Ted has now finished what he's doing. We are all done. We are. I'm going to have another sniff of the lemon on your behalf. If you've got a lemon there, give it a good sniff. Oh, that is just so lovely. And I hope you have felt that this has been useful and valuable. Please share it to anybody else who you think might be find it of use. And I'll be sharing some more techniques and some simple ways to boost your immune system in this slightly uncertain time in our next video on Friday. So take care. And this is Therapy Ted and me saying goodbye from a little piece, a little bit of positive balance in an uncertain world.